Tom Aspinall has just broken down the upcoming rematch between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev, giving his take on how the fight could play out.
With Alex Pereira is he has done really well with the skill set that he's got. A very dangerous striker, great with the calf kick, great with the distance control, great with the left hook, very, very powerful striker. I think the matchups were quite favourable to him up until this point. I think the threat that Ankalaev brings in, him being a southpaw, him controlling the range really well, and him just with the threat of the takedowns. Even in the first fight, we didn't really see him really go for the takedowns too much, but I think just the threat being there, I think stylistically, he's a bad matchup for Pereira, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again, in my opinion.
Leads me on nicely to my stat, mate.
Okay, cool.
Obviously in the UFC history, we've had a lot of immediate rematches. I think we've had about 15, 16 immediate rematches. It's only happened on, I think, 4 occasions where in the immediate rematch, you've had the flip, so the champion's managed to regain his belt once again. Obviously, he's been in one before at middleweight, hasn't he, against Izzy, and Izzy ended up regaining his belt on that particular occasion. It didn't go his way that night. Do you want to show us how it looks stylistically for people that are tuning into the show?
Paul's the man who's been in. I can give you a gentleman. I'll give you a. You let me know, Paul, if you think there's anything like him. I think. Well, he's a southpaw, so what he does really well.
So you
is I'm going to be Ankalaev. So what he does really well. This is something that the commentators and people don't seem to mention a lot. Is he always gets his feet in the right place.
We all agree, UFC wants Pereira to win, right? Like, are they praying for him to win?
I don't know about praying, but they want him to win.
It'd be much better for business, right?
If he clips Ankalaev at some point, Dana's going to perk up a little bit for sure.
If Pereira wins and Roundtree wins, Alberg has already won. Who's his next opponent?
Pereira wins and Roundtree wins. Alberg.
If Pereira wins and Prochaska wins, Alberg has already won. Who's next? Okay, so Alberg's next regardless?
I think he's cheering for Pereira, yeah.
Okay. If Ankalaev wins and Roundtree wins, who's his next opponent?
Roundtree, I think.
I'd probably say Alberg.
If Ankalaev wins and Yuri wins,
I think it'd be Yuri.
Yuri Ankalaev?
Yeah.
But agreed.
Yuri has had 2 shots at Pereira, and obviously Glover before that. He did win.
But it's a bigger name. If they're trying to make Ankalaev into something, I think Yuri is probably the best option for them.
And Yuri almost guarantees a good, an exciting fight for the fans.
Absolutely.
Pereira versus Roundtree was such a good fight.
It was fantastic.
Well, that's why I think, like, and me and GC did say this on Monday. And I know it's not his fault. Just in terms of lack of the intrigue around that headline fight, and that's not Alberg's fault. He's not from Australia. He's not from Perth. But I just do feel like Roundtree is a guy that they've sold a pay-per-view on before. Pereira, it was a fantastic fight, as you mentioned on Monday, Ariel. I think that's why I'm kind of signing with Roundtree in all these situations.
Roundtree, the Hill fight wasn't that exciting.
No.
It was just kind of one-sided.
Do you think Alberg will be penalized for the poor ticket sales? Do you think that'll hurt his chest?
The lack of intrigue around the event in totality. Like, you know what I mean?
Is that his fault?
No, but I mean, they'd rather blame him than themselves.
Oh, for sure.
Alberg versus Pereira is a fun, fresh matchup, which I think would be a very good fight, right?
During a Fight Lab session on TNT Sports, Tom Aspinall shared his own technical insights. And when Aspinall speaks, the MMA community pays attention. Fans recognize as not only a powerhouse inside the octagon, but also one of the sharpest analysts when it comes to breaking down styles, techniques, and matchups. Reflecting on their first encounter, Tom pointed out how Ankalaev's patience, composure, and calculated pressure effectively shut down Pereira's dangerous striking game.
Fought, and now Pereira's the light heavyweight champ. Who the fuck has ever won 2 world titles quicker than that guy? I mean, nobody. Never been done. No one's been a champ quicker than that.
He's a Hall of Famer right now.
Isn't
that crazy?
Right now. Just a few fights in his UFC career, he's a Hall of Famer. 100%.
6.
Bro, I remember I was telling people about him.
You were telling me I won money off the first 2 fights. Nobody knew.
I was telling DC.
I listened to you.
DC didn't believe me. He's like, come on. I go, dude, you gotta listen to me.
He fucking
you gotta listen to me. This guy has that crazy power. He's got something weird where he hits guys. They look confused. I watched him beat everything. I watched him beat Jason Wellness. I watch him fuck up everybody over there. Fuck up. He was beating up everybody over there, dude. And it was the way he was doing. He was putting him into orbit.
You just never know, though, because the straight
Dustin Jacoby,
kickboxer.
that Dustin Jacoby KO.
Savage.
Jesus Christ. I was like, this fucking guy's terrifying. He was just different. Like the power was different. The style was different. It's a weird style. Hands down, weird movement. Like but super technical, man. Like confusing. Like you see him, you say, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. He just hits hard. Negative. Incorrect. Completely unique style. Very technical and very well thought out. He's got solutions to everything. He was showing me and DC how he checks leg kicks, and we had a conversation about it. Can we talk about this? Can we tell people this?
What do you say?
No, me and DC did. Like, I don't know. We decided. I don't think we should tell people.
Yeah.
He's got a special way that he checks leg kicks.
Yep.
Was different than everybody else's.
Pereira's got to be hungry. He's got to be dangerous. He's got to go forward. He's got to pull the trigger, and he's got to be first. He can't allow himself to get pushed back against Ankalaev. If he does that, he's going to lose another fight. Now, I believe to a certain degree for Magomed Ankalaev, the aura of Alex Pereira has gone. He now knows this man's human. I can beat him. I've taken his best shots. I can take him down. I beat him once before and I'll beat him again. And that's why we've seen Alex Pereira coming out and talking and saying that he was hiding from him and all the rest of it, because there's a lot of pressure on the shoulders of Alex Pereira.
Aí o cara fala para dessa e se escondendo, velho. Cusão, velho, cara, velho.
Not pressure in terms of his lifestyle, not in terms of money, not in terms of his legacy, because that's all set. He's had a great career, but he wants to beat this guy, okay? And I think there's a little bit where Ankalaev is in his head. He's like, this guy's as big as me. He's stronger than me. He's a better wrestler than me. He might even hit harder than me, and he just beat me. You know what I'm saying? You put all that together, Alex Pereira's like, I've got a real challenge on my hands here. Who wins this fight? I think it's going to be the same way. I think Magomed Ankalaev, because of the wrestling, will force Pereira back up against the fence.
He explained that Ankalaev's ability to stay calm, control the distance, and gradually break Pereira's rhythm was a real key to victory. While Pereira is famous for his explosive bursts and knockout power, it was Ankalaev's composure that made a difference that night. Still, Tom stressed that Pereira is never truly out of a fight. All it takes is one mistake, one opening, for him to flip the momentum completely. His lethal left hook, his reach, and his ability to generate fight-ending power at any moment make him a constant danger. Aspinall described Pereira as a threat every second he's in the cage, no matter how much control the opponent seems to have. Stylistically, Tom believes a rematch boils down to who asserts their strengths first. If Ankalaev slows the pace, forces extended exchanges, and mixes in his grappling, then Pereira could once again struggle to find the space he needs to unleash his striking.
Ankalaev is just so fucking good. So I think a couple things. I think Alex has a great chance of beating him in the rematch. I think Alex goes too hard. I mean, how many title defenses did he have? Like going up and down weight classes. Where Ankalaev rides the bench for a certain amount of time. Like being that active and not only that, being a superstar. Like no one knows who the fuck Ankalaev is. Ankalaev walks down the street, no one knows who the fuck that guy is. Alex is a superstar. He can't leave his house without someone saying, oh shit, there's Alex, should we take a picture? Like it kind of takes a toll on the mind. Where, you take Ankalaev, who just lives in a fucking cave somewhere. I don't even know where the fuck that guy's from, but dude, he probably lives in a fucking cave somewhere and just, he doesn't have to deal with the same pressures of being famous as you do in the US. So I think Alex, if he just takes a step back, clears his brain, comes in fresh, stop traveling all over the fucking world, I think he has a legitimate shot of beating him.
On the Countdown show, one of your coaches said about Alex that he was like an old kickboxer who's slow and doesn't have the true knockout power. I'm just wondering if you agree with that assessment about Alex.
На шоу UFC Countdown один из твоих тренеров был услышан, он сказал, что Перейра, он старый кикбоксер, который уже потерял свою искру, потерял свою силу. Согласен ли ты с этим, или у тебя другое мнение по этому поводу?
Ну, если так сказал мой тренер, конечно, я согласен, и мы подтвердим это.
If this is what my coach said, then yes, I agree with it, and we're going to make sure to prove it.
He's very rarely square on, which would be setting him up for this big left hook. In the first fight, he was constantly here. And something that he does super, super well is his octagon control. So you won't really see him throwing many strikes from out in the open. When his opponent's back is against the fence, that's when he'll start to dip in between here, and going with the strikes and dipping and with his push kicks and all that kind of stuff. I think something that's really underestimated with Ankalaev, and feel free to say it, tell me if I'm wrong here, Paul, because you've obviously fought him, is he knows when to set things up properly. Like, he does the right things, is what I'm trying to say. He doesn't do anything at the wrong time.
I think it's his striking's a bit unorthodox. Not a lot of crisp, nice straight shots. They're all looping. And I think that's how he finds his angles to land these massive shots. And especially in the fight against the last time, he landed heavy. And I think it's the looping shots as opposed to just straight shots down the middle.
Pressure, he's going this way. His foot, he's going outside of the orthodox foot constantly until his opponent's back. See, from here, he won't throw too many strikes because he's still got this fair distance here. His opponent's back on the fence. When the opponent starts to get closer to the fence, that's when he'll dip and start throwing the looping shots, the push kicks down the middle and stuff like that. So this is all just kind of finding his range till his opponent gets his back close to the fence.
But if Pereira can keep Ankalaev guessing, land heavy shots early, and force him out of his comfort zone, the rematch could play out very differently. Aspinall praised both fighters, but ultimately leaned toward Ankalaev having the slight edge. His ability to control the pace, stay defensively sharp, and use his tactical awareness could be enough to neutralize even the most explosive knockout artists. Still, Tom admitted that fans should never count Pereira out. His striking remains among the most dangerous weapons in the UFC. The MMA community is split. Some side with Tom, believing Ankalaev's patience and strategy will once again shut Pereira down. Others argue Pereira's power, skill, and determination make him too dangerous to lose the same way twice. That's what makes this rematch so massive. Either man could walk away with the belt, and the result could shape the light heavyweight division for years to come. So the question remains, will Alex Pereira get his revenge and reclaim the throne, or will Magomed Ankalaev prove once and for all that his style is simply too much for Pereira's power? Tom Aspinall has broken it down, but once the cage door closes, anything can happen.